Before we had the ubi cake, the mango cake, the black forest, the cheesecakes, and whatever cakes we have today, this cake, which we call the Crema de Fruta, was very popular during parties and other special occasions. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this classic. Let's get started. For the cake, you need 1 cup cake flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup oil, 4 whole eggs separated, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/3 cup full cream or whole milk, 1/4 cup sugar, 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar. For the gelatin topping for the Crema de Frutas, you need fruit cocktail drained, 1 cup water, 1 cup fruit cocktail syrup, 2 tablespoons sugar, 3 tablespoons gelatin. For the pastry cream, you need 2 cups of full cream milk, 4 egg yolks, 1/2 cup sugar, 1/3 cup cornstarch, and a pinch of salt. This is a chiffon type of cake. I have here flour. Make sure you sift the flour before you measure. Then 1/3 cup of sugar. You have salt, baking powder. You can sift this again, but what I usually do is I just mix it with the wire whisk because I already pre-sifted the flour. And then next, we add in oil. Then we have milk and vanilla. Then we separate the egg yolks from the egg whites. You make sure that there is no egg yolk in the egg white. You can use an egg separator. If you're not sure your eggs are fresh, you separate it in another. If you're not sure your eggs are fresh, you separate it in another bowl. This one I'm sure because this just came from the poultry. Okay. To the egg whites, we're going to add cream of tartar. Alright, and let's put this here. Let's get this ready. We mix this one first. We mix the egg yolk mixture first. I just use a wire whisk. Some people use a mixer, but there is really no need to. Okay, you just do a few strokes until, see, it's very smooth. A guide to make it smooth faster is always to add the oil first, and then you add in the water or the milk, and then vanilla, and then the egg yolks. Alright, see? It's very smooth now, so you set this aside. There is no need to whip this longer. Okay, then I have here egg whites with the cream of tartar. You whip this until the egg white starts to foam. Here, you can see it's starting to foam. I mean, it's frothy now. We add the 1/4 cup of sugar gradually. Remember, our recipe had 2 sugars. 1/3 will go to the egg yolk. 1/4 will go to the egg white. In case you make a mistake and added it interchangeably, it's alright. Do not worry. You'll still get the same finished product. Okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to whip this at number 8, not at the highest speed, because we don't want to create very big bubbles. Very big bubbles will burst faster, so your mixture will deflate. So we want finer bubbles because they're stronger. Once again, I'm reminding you, don't whip it at the highest speed, okay? I'm just in the hand mixer, you can beat it at the highest speed, but in the KitchenAid, just use number 8 or number 7. I usually use 8. Okay, then we will check. Okay, you'll see the egg whites are stiff, but they are still shiny. See, it retains its shape whatever shape it is. Okay? And then just take note, it should still be shiny. Alright? Then, we will fold this over the egg yolk mixture. You can do a small portion first, like this. This is how you fold. You cut, you go scrape the bottom, go up, and then cut again. So this is the cut and fold method. Of course, there are many ways you can fold the egg whites. I have a tutorial on this on chiffon cakes. You can check it out. And then I will add, you usually add this in thirds, in 3 portions, but this one is a small amount only. This is like just a cup of flour, so we're just going to add this twice in 2 additions, the egg whites. So this is how you fold, okay? You can also do the figure 8. Hold the spatula straight and then make a number 8. See? Okay, like this. Spread the mixture into 2 ungreased and lined, so there should be no flour, no paper, no oil in the bottom of the pan. If you have a small oven, you can bake this in 1 baking pan and then we just split it after. This is a very thin layer. Splitting it would be okay too, but this one will bake faster, maybe like 20 minutes. Okay. If you notice, it's very thin, so you can just use 1 baking pan, and then after you bake, you divide it into 2 to make 2 layers. I'll put this in the oven about 20 minutes, 325 degrees. For the pastry cream, you put together cornstarch and sugar, and then a pinch of salt, milk. Egg yolks we add later. You just bring to a boil. Once the mixture boils, you add in a little of the mixture to the egg yolk. This is what we call, we're tempering the egg yolks so that you don't get scrambled eggs. Alright. You can add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 2 tablespoons of butter. Right? Okay, this is done. Shut it off. Okay? I have here vanilla and butter, but this is optional, okay? You may not add vanilla and butter. And then we will cool this down before we put this on the cake. I have many recipes to share with you. If you're interested, please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be alerted when a new video is uploaded. You sprinkle the gelatin over the syrup. You bloom this for about 10 minutes. Okay. In the meantime, let's assemble the crema. Here, you find a container that will fit your cake. You can also cut up your cake. Okay. So I have here this one. If you want to fill the edge, you can cut the cake and put it on the edge, okay? Remember your pastry cream. By the way, your pastry cream, if you want it looser, or I mean lighter, you can add 1 cup of whipped cream. You spread this, right? And then let's put some fruits. For the crema de frutas, don't try to use fresh fruits, because the storage, the shelf life is a bit shorter with fresh fruits. And then we put the other layer, right? By the way, if you'll see, you can see like it's not very smooth. After you cool, you can beat the cream in your mixer. I didn't do that anymore. Okay. I just want to show you something, huh? This is very important. You need to seal the sides so that when you pour the gelatin, it's not going to seep under the cake. Because once the gelatin goes under the cake, what happens is the gelatin will go to the bottom. So you won't see the gelatin on top. You might wonder where the gelatin went. So make sure you seal this, that there's no space for the gelatin to seep into the bottom of the cake. Well, it's always best if you find a container the same size as your cake. Huh? Unfortunately, I cannot find one. So we'll put this in. The Crema de Fruta cake is not a very thick cake. Now I've sealed all the edges. As I said, this is very important. Put more fruits on top. For this recipe, I'm using 1.5 cans of fruit cocktail. It's a little bit too much, but I want this to look nice in the picture. We will chill this while we prepare the gelatin. Okay, here I have the gelatin. This is how it looks like. I'm going to put this in the microwave. There are two ways of doing that. You may not heat that as soon as you finish soaking or blooming the gelatin. You add 1 cup of hot water. What I'm doing is the reverse now. I'm heating the gelatin and adding the water. So you can do either way. Either you heat the gelatin or you heat the water. Here, look at the gelatin. It's not melted completely yet. You can see a bit of the grains. I'll add the sugar and put this back. Another 30 seconds, right? The gelatin is melted now, or dissolved. So I'm adding in the water. Again, you can heat the gelatin and add cold water or tap water, or you can heat the water and add it to the gelatin. Either one is fine. Okay, we will cool this to room temperature before we pour it on top of the fruits. Alright, as soon as the gelatin mixture has cooled to room temperature and your cake is chilled, we pour this in. We pour the gelatin to cover completely the fruits. This way, you preserve the fresh look of the fruits. Okay. And then we will allow the gelatin to set before we can slice this. Alright?